the cerebral system for normal rhythmic movement and steady posture. To check the cerebral system, we need to check the coordination. To access coordination, observe the patient performing. One is a rapid alternating movement, point to point movement, guard and other related body movement, standing in specific ways. Rapid alternating movements. Show the patient how to stick one hand on the thigh, raise the hand, turn it over, and then stick the back of the hand down on the same place. Get the patient to repeat these alternating movements as rapidly as possible. Observe the speed, rhythm, and smoothness of the movements. Repeat with the other hand. The non-dominant hand may perform less well. Show the patient how to tap the distal joint of the thumb with the tip of the index finger, again as rapidly as possible. Again observe the speed, rhythm and smoothness of the movements. The non-dominant side often performs less well. Ask the patient to tap the ball of each foot in turns as quickly as possible on your hand or the floor. Note any slowness or awakeness. Normally, the feet do not perform as well as the hands. Point to point movement. Ask the patient to touch your index finger and then his or her nose alternatively several times. Move your finger so that the patient have to change direction and extend the arm fully to react to your finger. Observe the accuracy and smoothness of the movement and watch for any tremor. Now hold your finger in one place so that the patient can touch it one arm and finger outstretched. Ask the patient to raise the arm overhead and lower it again and to touch the finger. After several repeats, ask the patient to close both eyes and try several more times. Repeat one side. Normally, the patient touch the examiner's finger successfully with the eyes open or closed. These maneuvers test position senses and the function of both the labyrinth of the inner ear and the cerebellum. Ask the patient to place one heel on the opposite knee, then run it down the chins of the big toe. Observe this moment for the smoothness and accuracy. Repetition with the patient's eyes closed. The test for position sense. Repeat on the other side. Gait. Ask the patient to walk across the room or down the hall, then turn and back. Observe the posture, balance, swing of the arms and movement of the leg. Normally balance is intake. The arms swing symmetrically at the sides and turns are smooth. Walk heel to toe in a straight line called tandem walking. Walk on the toes, then on the heels. This tests plantar flexion and dorsiflexion of the ankles as well as the balance. Hope is balance on each foot in turn. This tests proximal and distal muscle strength in the legs and requires both normal position sense and cerebral function. Do a shallow knee bend, first on the leg, then on the other. Steady the patient if you think the patient might fail. Stance. The following two tests can often be performed concurrently. They differ only in the patient's arm position and in what you are accessing. In each case, stand close enough to the patient to prevent a fail. The Ramberg test. This is mainly the test position sense. The patient should first stand with feet to together and eyes open, and then close both eyes for 30 seconds to 60 seconds without support. Note the patient's ability to maintain an upright posture. Normally, any swags is minimal. Test for pronated trip. The patient should stand for 20 to 30 seconds with eyes closed and both arms held straight forward with palms up. Normally, patient hold his arm position well. If necessary, patients can be tested in the sitting position. Next, instruct the patients to keep the arms out and eyes shut and taps the arms briskly downward. The arms normally return smoothly to the horizontal position. This response requires muscular strength, coordination, and good position sense.